الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Brothers and sisters in Islam, inshallah, I want to take 10 minutes of your time if you allow me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of us in our prayers. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our presence. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to continue building ourselves closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Today we want to talk about what defines a community. It's a question that I think it's imperative that we ask ourselves over and over again. A community is a place where a people feel warm and they feel welcome. Where everyone feels that they can be a part and no one feels that they don't have a part. Where everyone feels that they can contribute whatever they can contribute from their time, their abilities, their skills, their opinions, and that they feel that their contribution is valued. It is a place where people should aspire and hope to be when they're not there. Sometimes when we're not with our families and we talk to our families from outside, we're like, I miss you people, and I miss being around you. Why? Because through time and through certain steps taken, the family becomes a community, a place where you want to be. And when you leave it, you wish that you were back with it. In a similar fashion, the masjid is a place where communities are built, communities are established, people feel welcomed, and they feel a sense of belonging. How can we build that within our community and in every community? The first thing, brothers and sisters, is for us to understand that this is built by all of us, not just a few of us. All of us contribute towards making a community. Just as we would say, because of that person or those people, this happened and our community broke, we can identify and point out. But in a similar fashion, we have to understand it takes all of us to build it, all of us to preserve it, and all of us to prevent it from facing a collapse or its downfall. How can we do that? We have emphasized and spoken about collectively and talked about this individually over the last 2 weeks, alhamdulillah. Our words and our actions. Let us talk about our words first. There are 4 simple phrases if we start using with each other, it will make our community grow and it will make our community stronger. The first one is Assalamu alaikum. What is the first one, everyone? Very simple. If we were to just we could take hours, if not days, on this topic, salam. I said it before and I'll say it again. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ala adullukum ala shay'in idha fa'altumuhu tahabbtum." Should I not inform you of a thing that if you were to do it, it will create mutual love amongst you? Afshu salama bainakum. Spread the greetings of salam. In another hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ala man arafta wa man lam ta'rif." Those you know and those you don't know. What do? We give salam. How significant is this tomorrow? According to another hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that sab'atun yudhilluhum Allahu tahta dhilli 'arshihi yawma la dhilla illa dhilluh. There are 7 categories of people that Allah will put under the shade of His throne on the day there is no shade but the shade of His throne. Who are those people? There's 7 categories. One of them are 2 people who met for the sake of Allah. They met and they departed for that sake. So we have a golden opportunity in this masjid to meet people that we don't know, that we have no connection with, we have no relationship with, and we have nothing to gain or take from them, only for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So number 1 is salam. Number 2 is apology, saying, I'm sorry. If we were to step on someone's toe, or if something happened by mistake, we say, I'm sorry. Very simple. Let us not assume that the person that we stepped on, or we pushed, or we bumped into may think that we did it by mistake. Words play a great role. I'm sorry. Number 3, if someone does something good, مَنْ لَمْ يَشْكُرِ النَّاسِ لَمْ يَشْكُرِ اللَّهِ. Say thank you. Say thank you. And number 4, if we have to pass by someone, we say excuse me. 4 words. Salam, thank you, excuse me, I'm sorry. 4 words help make a community stronger. And it's the absence of these words that build assumptions, thoughts, which translate into hateful demeanor and distancing from one another. This is number 1. Our utterance is what we say. Number 2 is our actions. We should always sit next to people and express our appreciation of their presence alongside us. We should never feel that I don't need to be praying with this person. People have these vibes. You can feel it. You don't have to talk about it. Our action should be such that it's warm and it's loving to others around us. Let me tell you one thing, brothers and sisters. There is no love and mercy and kindness outside these 4 walls. Why? Because we failed to introduce it within ourselves in these 4 walls and take them outside the 4 walls. So when people come to the masjid, they come with frustration. They come with problems. They come with stress. They come sometimes in a tipping point. Like, I'm sick of life. I just need to come and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, they're coming to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, they're coming to converse with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But your kindness and your good words and your good gestures could make all the difference. So our actions will be welcoming, will be kind, and we will facilitate ourselves to help people if they need our help. Let me tell you one example of the differences, and I'll do 2 announcements and we'll finish. It is known that if you're praying salah and someone is going to cross you, it is good to just put your hand out so that they don't cross you, right? We know this from the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that if a person was to know the severity of crossing someone in prayer, they would wait for 40. Now, what does 40 mean? It's vague. It could mean anything. Muhaddithin have given kalam on it. They've spoken on it. But the reason why we put our hand out is so that that person doesn't commit that mistake. Not that because, how dare you disrupt my prayer? Same action, 2 different angles. You're praying, slap the guy in the chest. And if it's a kid, slap him across the face. How dare you walk in front of me? But that wasn't the reason. That wasn't why it was presented. It was, 1 second, just if you don't know, I'm praying, nice and kind. So it's the same action, but the way it's done speaks different volumes. So let us try to create that environment of kind words and kind actions in our masjid. We don't know whose dua, because of our smile, because of our salam, because of our thank you, of opening the door, or I'm sorry I forgot to open the door for you, makes a difference in life. And the dua that they will make for you will help you, your spouse, your children, and generations to come. I promise you. 2 more announcements and we're done. 10 minutes is done. This is the month of Muharram, and inshallah on the 19th and the 20th. 20th will be Ashura. We learned from the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whoever fasts on that day, it's expiation of sins for the past year. So let's make intention, inshallah, to fast on Thursday, inshallah. Rasulullah said in the final year before his demise that if I'm to live beyond next year, I will fast on the 9th and the 10th. He said that we should add a day. So if possible, fast Wednesday and Thursday, if not Thursday and Friday, inshallah. Let's make that intention, inshallah. And one more thing, last announcement. Rasulullah said in the hadith, and it is narrated through several sahaba, and it's authenticated to the strength of a sahih hadith, and it's good. Whoever spends on their family on that day, man wasta ala ayali, whoever spends on their family on Thursday, the 10th, Allah will wasta Allahu alayhi sa'ira sanati. Allah will spend on that person's family for the whole year. So on that day, for iftar, for the family, something small, bring it home, share with your families, with the intention of doing good and bringing the family close together. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will then take care of us and our family for the whole year. Say subhanallah. This is such a simple thing. Our deen is simple things. It's not big things. We don't have to move mountains. We don't have to move mountains. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow myself, and all of us sitting here to practice upon what has been said and to work together collectively to build our community to be a strong, knitted, close community that everyone wants to be a part of and everyone wants to grow within. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.